Okay, guys, I'm just going to talk through the slides which are really useful for the next lesson. Okay, that's the common question. Comment tu trouves? What do you think of? Blah, blah, blah. Many adjectives can you remember in French? Well, that's a starter. These are the aims down here. Hey, look at this. I can fly around here. Look. Right, that's the green zone, the middle, and the one that you really want to know and achieve. So have a good look at those. Have a good read and pause that. Okay, now, I'm in the way. Get out. Over here, yes. Now, and this one, this is kind of structure we're looking at. How to say, for example, I find him arrogant, a good person, or whatever, yeah? Notice in French, the word order is literally I, him, notice that's him, find arrogant. You add on the feminine, obviously. Okay, right. Her find generous, for example. Okay, so these are the things that you really need to sort of come away from the next lesson knowing about, and then the more you can know beforehand, the better. So have a good look at these. I'm going through them a bit quick. You might want to pause as you go along. I, him, find moody. I find him moody, yeah, in good English. And I find her selfish. Okay. All right. I, her, find funny. I find her funny. Notice that some of these adjectives are both masculine and feminine because they already have an E, for example, that one as well. I find him he gets on my nerves, basically, that one, yeah. A pain. Jalouse is the feminine for form for jealous, would be an X for masculine. And so I find him charming and I find her nice. So within that lesson, you're going to find out that the endings, mostly the masculine one, for example, would just be up to that L here. Add on LE for feminine, so it's slightly irregular to what you used to. Yes. So I'm just going to scroll down here to what's worth looking at. Get down to number 22. We're going to have to play this one. Look, it's a bit of magic. Right. Let's move me. Where am I? Can't move me out of the way. I'm going to have to come back out of it. Sorry about that. Get off. Down here. Yes. Right, play again. Yeah. So, the endings, masculine singular, nothing, add on the for singular and feminine, S for masculine plural, and ES for feminine plural. And, yes, magic. There's charmant, meaning charming. Okay, and there's a few others as well. Some of them, okay, slightly irregular. Have a good look at that. That's the kind of stuff that you need to go away from today's lesson knowing, as it were. The more you know before today's lesson, if you know what I mean, the better. All right. And then we have down here, let's move me again. Over here. Get up. There. That's it. Right. So irregular endings. Have a good look at these here. And then if we play the video, well, it's not a video, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Sérieux meaning serious, and cher means expensive, for is force, and on the left hand side you have the masculine forms and the fem in the middle. Okay, as to what you add on. Yeah, get the idea. Right, so that's key stuff. Adjective ending, that's pretty useful stuff. Right, let's scroll down as to what else is useful to know for the lesson. Questions, comment tu trouves, how do you find words, famous actors, etc. Tu les trouves comment, another way of saying it. How do you find them? So talking about Beyonce, Kim Kardashian, and so on. These words are very useful down here. Très, very, well, you know that. Carrément, completely. You might not have come across that before, for example. So make sure you know these words, yeah? Right, now, the other main grammar point, apart from just adjective endings, is what we touched on before, is direct object pronouns, which is essentially, they are pronouns that replace nouns. So for example, instead of just saying in English, I prefer comedies, you just say I prefer them, if we're already clear that we're talking about comedies. Now in French, which we touched on before, the them comes between I and the verb. Okay, literally I, them, prefer. Yeah, je les préfère. That's plural. And here, we mentioned this. I find him handsome, for example, is what this is referring to here. Not me personally, I'm just quoting what's here. And je trouve Cameron Diaz est très jolie. I find her pretty. Again, not necessarily my opinion, that is someone else's PowerPoint. Right, get the idea. And then here is some examples. These are actually answers, so you get a bit of a head start if you've actually watched my, it could be a part of the lesson. So replace la glace with just la, feminine word, le. Now notice if you got a vowel on vowel, yeah, E to an A, then you cross off and you got L apostrophe. So be careful with that, yeah? And that is pretty much what you need to really know for the lesson. Yep, go, that's it. Right, we're going to do a test. Good idea, I think. Right, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.